Close. All right, we are live, guys. So happy and grateful to be here today. I've been really just called to tap into grounding, root chakra grounding specifically. Why we have no shoes today, we're going to be doing some yoga to ground. But before we go ahead and talk about grounding, it's important that we recognize why we need to ground, right? Every single time we make a decision, we are confronted with an old paradigm, with an old way of being, right? When you make a decision, you're shifting towards better outcomes of thinking, feeling, doing, and or receiving, aka your results. So with that being said, I just want to share a little quote from Albert Einstein. It says, "Everything is energy, and that is all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics," right? And I actually have this everything I'm going to share. It's in my Holistic Wellness Guide. You can get it as an ebook, or you can get the actual hardcover version, and I'll share more about this later. But for right now, I want you to get really, really serious about your life, okay? I want you to put everything on hold, so if you cannot do this right now and you want to come back to this later, it'll be up on my YouTube. But I want you to get really serious about your life right now. I want you to determine what is it that you truly desire out of life. Remember, there's 8 aspects of wellness, so break it down. Again, the guide's meant to guide you through this, right? We're going to do like a speedy version. But I want you to think about all the different aspects of your life, right? There are 8. Let's actually touch base on them right now. There's spiritual, emotional, vocational, financial, environmental, social, intellectual, physical. There's 8 aspects of wellness. Which one of these 8 aspects is calling you to make a change? Which one of these aspects are you ready to take yourself to the next level in? Okay? That's what I want you to think about. But before we go ahead and make that decision, before we make that into a goal, let's talk about what decision making is and what this entitles. And I'll tie it into how we're going to need to ground for this. I want you to repeat this statement daily. The way I am living right now is a direct reflection of past decisions I have made. The quality of my life is determined upon the quality of my decisions. Most people do not understand how to make decisions. Therefore, they end up in cycles, or they do not know how to get new results, which ultimately is the same thing. Most people do not actively choose to make decisions because of the fear that comes after betting on yourself and failing and or succeeding. And I want to clarify with this. You can be scared to do it because you're scared to fail. You can be scared to do it because you're scared to actually succeed at it. And you can be scared because of both. There can be limiting beliefs that are actually holding you back because you're scared to fail, but you're also scared to succeed. But then at the same time, it's like you're literally stuck, right? You can't move forward, but you can't move backwards, but you can't. You're just like, that's when you go ahead and kind of like numb, right? And you go towards something else to just like all in all procrastinate on moving forward, taking that step, taking that decision. So I understand failing is part of the equation. Failure to a lot of us has been this very negative thing, but the more we can learn to normalize it and see it as part again of this equation, the more we allow ourselves to not be perfect, the more we allow ourselves to fail forward, right, with grace and compassion. So the sooner I recognize it, the sooner I can fail my way to success by learning from what feels in alignment, right? And that's what I teach. How do we listen to our emotions, which are always indicating if we're in or out of alignment? This is done by actively pivoting and applying a system of identity-based habitual routines that reflect the person I am seeking to become, while sustaining the attitude of the goal being my present results. All of this we're going to go through the next couple of days because we can't do this all in one day. But I am learning how to make committed decisions. I am deciding what I want and persist on that idea until it comes into fruition. Why until? Because we don't know how long it's going to take. That's why a lot of us give up, because we keep putting in the work, we don't see the results, we get frustrated, and or again, we're scared to fail, so we rather not try. Or again, we're scared to succeed because of the fear of being seen or whatever it may be. So again, this collective is going to be all over the place. So that's why, again, take what resonates, leave what does not. But moving forward, continuing with decision making, and this is page 2 again of the guide. It is important to note the following when making decisions. For me to be able to create change in my life, I must be first at a place where my current situation is something I strongly no longer desire. The pain of my current situation must be greater than the comfort that it provides. In other words, I must reach the place where I am tired of being tired. Only then will I grow the courage to do what it takes to create a more positive change in my life. It does require courage. Again, that's why we're going to be grounding today and really balancing that root chakra, right? That's where if we feel fear, we have to balance the root chakra. We have to feel grounded, right? So that we can take action. I embrace the challenges along the way, for they are the doors to greater things. Again, challenges are opportunities, right? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. When you look at a challenge as an opportunity, you get a green light instead of a red light, right? Your nervous system doesn't feel scared to stop. It says go. This means jump. This means take that action. This means buy the course. This means leave the job. This means leave the relationship. Whatever it is that you're gonna have to do to get to that place where you want to go, right? Again, we're gonna go into goal setting further, I don't know when, probably not today, no, not today, but I'm going to be coming on live every single day, guys, so just hop on, join the wavelength. Again, bring a piece of paper and pen. If you don't have it, you can get the journal and the holistic wellness guide, everything that I'm going to be mentioning in my LinkedIn bio. The only prerequisite for setting a goal, discussed further in the guide, right, is to want a goal. I want you guys to understand this. How much, and you ask yourself this question, how much do I truly want to be, to do, to have, or share different than what I am currently experiencing? Again, if what you are experiencing right now, the comfort of your lifestyle, the comfort of your results, is not going to, what is it? I don't know. Give a sec. If the comfort that it provides, right, is greater than the pain of your current situation, you're going to stay comfortable. So, if at some point in my journey I become bored, another thing, this is going to be not just like a today thing, this is like I want you to legit think, your life is about to change. If you take this information seriously, you are going to be a different person by the time we are done going through this. Again, I'm going to be going live, I'm going to be posting, so if you want to follow and just catch the post, go ahead and do that. But this is a transformation, and it's something you can do over and over. This is not to state that it is bad, right? At some point in my journey, I can become bored. So I want you to think about this. If you ever get bored of the goal that you decide to move forward on today, then I want you to know that if you get bored, it's not bad. This is not to say it's bad. But for me to become self-aware of what I truly desire from a place of authenticity. Why? Sometimes we set goals and it's so hard to attain them because we don't actually want to get that goal. We think that goal is going to make us happy, but our body is literally letting us know, like, hey, this is not what you want. This is what you think that you want because of X, Y, Z, right? It's exterior validation. It's, again, a lot of different things can happen in this journey. So I just want you, again, to stay aware that if your goal changes from whatever you decide today, it's okay. Again, we're creating a habitual routine where we pivot. If it feels good, we go there. If we don't, we maybe reflect and redirect. So I am to adjust accordingly as I navigate this conscious journey I am about to embark. I am not to be afraid to take my time, but instead focus on being intentional so that I can feel my way to my desires, right? Continue to read to understand how this correlates. Again, it's going to be explained further in the guide. We're about to tap into abundance mindset, but before I go there, again, I want to reiterate a couple things. When you are making a decision, and it's a big decision, it's going to be effing scary. And again, we need to learn to train ourselves to go through the fear, to ground ourselves in fear. Not ground ourselves in fear, but ground ourselves through the fear so that the fear doesn't hold us back from actually doing what we want to do, from being who we want to be, from having what we want to have, from sharing what we want to share. I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to stop recording this thing. Oh, alright. Again, be patient, guys. I am recording. So again, if you missed the live, I'm going to be sharing this as reels. So, recording again. Again, we're making decisions, right? We're making big, life-changing decisions. And you can start off with something small. If you're afraid of change, start off with something small. I used to be afraid of change. It used to scare the F out of me, right? But the more I realize that life is nothing but change, I realize I'm setting myself for failure, for real, if I do not get comfortable being uncomfortable with change. So again, it is uncomfortable. Your old paradigm, your nervous system is going to freak out because if you want to change, it's going to say no, stay the same. We know how to respond. We know how to react to the same conditions. So with that being said, that's where, again, grounding is super key. Again, we're working with the chakra system. There's a 7-day alignment, 7 yogic alignment experience course now available where I get to work with you like this in a class where we do yoga for each chakra, where we go over this guide, where we work together on individually your own time, okay? So with that being said, now that we went over decision making, I want you to think about something. There are different types of energies that you can tap into, right? You can be tapping into scarcity mindset. You can be tapping into fear-based mindset, which again is what we're navigating and working through today. And you can also be navigating through average mindset and finally abundance mindset. So again, those 8 aspects of wellness I mentioned earlier that I said, pick one aspect of wellness you want to focus on that specific wellness topic and or all of them, right? You can go through all of them individually and do this. Be real with yourself. Where am I currently, right? There are 4 different types of thinkers that I can look at that will cause me to live in very different ways. I can have all of these mindsets when it comes to different aspects of my wellness, meaning you can have abundance mindset and finances, but scarcity mindset and social wellness, and average mindset and environmental wellness. Okay, so each wellness aspect, you can have all 4 of these different mindsets. So let's go through them one by one, okay? Again, this is why I said bring your notebook, bring your pen. We're going to go through a lot of information. Again, it's easier just to get the guide and just go through this, take notes. Again, we're rewiring, we're learning, we're studying here, okay? It is going to be work. Itchy nose for somebody, confirmation. Scarcity mindset, number 1. This expresses a focus of lack of, right? When you're thinking of the lack of something, you are operating on scarcity mindset. Number 2, fear-based mindset. This expresses a focus on worry or doubt and insecurity about my capabilities or my ability to trust. Again, this is in first, what is it called? Like, it's an I statement, right? Again, we're doing this to rewire our subconscious, so we're speaking to ourselves as we read. Number 3, average mindset. This expresses the focus of just getting by and not expecting anything but survival energy. So being okay with having average, with having just enough to get by. That's living on average mindset. And again, we are not judging ourselves. We are simply becoming self-aware. 4, abundance mindset. This expresses the focus of wholeness throughout all aspects of life and a state of receiving what I need and what I want while celebrating progress. So this is the point where we've trained ourselves to understand that we are abundant in all aspects, that we can have it all, we can be it all, we can do it all, we can have it all, we can share it all, because it's in alignment with who we really are, right? When I say all, I mean all that we want, that we truly desire, not all that exists, but all that is in alignment with our highest self, with who we truly are, with what will actually bring us joy, excitement, freedom, all the higher vibrational emotions. Because remember, everything is based on a frequency. Again, we're tapping more into this later. Right now, we're going over mindset. If you can focus on your mindset, I promise you that everything else will follow. When you focus on your thought patterns, your emotions follow, and then because of that, your habits have to follow, your actions have to follow. And when you focus on actions, you've mastered your thoughts and emotions. Now you're focused on your actions, your results by law must be mastered. You will have whatever it is that you want to be, do, have, or share. So again, when you focus first on mindset, the rest follow. When you try to focus on habits, but you don't take the time to realize, oh, I'm operating in lack, so yes, I'm never going to sustain the frequency of abundance financially, socially, whatever it may be. It's just not going to happen. It's everything operates on law, right? So we'll go into that in a little bit as well. But again, we're just first breaking down the fact that we have so many aspects to us. So for reflection, again, bring your notebook and your pens. I'm not kidding when I say this, guys. I'm going teacher mode. Remember, you can get the courses where all of this is recorded and you have all the information. Write out a list of all the 8 aspects of wellness found on the next page. And next to it, write out which current mindset I hold in that aspect. Then determine which mindset I'm going to be working towards. Note that this is not to shame myself, but to be more importantly to raise my awareness about then being able to create small actionable steps to achieve my goals. Again, we're going to break this down. When I said that your life is about to change, I was not kidding. This is you stepping into this, I am doing it. I'm going to break the patterns of my current reality so that I can gain a new reality, right? To get different, you have to do different, right? But when you can focus on being, you naturally do. So again, that's what I teach you to do, inside out. When we can be, we will do. When we do, we will have. And that creates, again, our life. So back to the components of wellness. We're going to break them down now. I feel like we're going really fast paced, right? Normally, I feel like I would not do it this quick. But again, we're just recording right now and we got the live. So again, take notes, save this. What's up, YouTube fam? What's up, TikTok? I didn't even introduce myself or anything. I just got straight into it. But that's how you know I'm really excited. I'm really geeked about this because, again, this information changed my life. It has done so over and over and over. I'm going to my next phase, but again, I'm still using the same system, the same teaching, the same principle, the same foundation for who I'm becoming. Okay, so we have 8 aspects of wellness. First, number 1, spiritual. Defining personal values and belief systems, connection to self and the world around me. 2, environmental, occupying places that promote pleasant experiences that stimulate my growth internally and externally. 3, physical, preventing illness and injury by maintaining a functioning body. Emotional, expressing my ability to successfully cope with life stresses and adapt to change. Then we have intellectual, being able to implement and expand my knowledge and skill sets. Following with social wellness, expressing my ability to build, nurture, and support healthy relationships, being consciously aware and accepting of differences such as abilities, race, class, sexual orientation, gender, etc. Financial, ability to live within my means and understanding of management of cash flow for the short term and long term in accordance to my goals. Number 8, vocational, gaining personal satisfaction and enrichment from my work. So those are the 8 aspects of wellness. Again, I want you to be really intentional about you moving forward. What is it that you're going to focus on? Which aspect of wellness are you going to pour your focus and your energy? Because remember, what you focus on, you give energy to and you expand on it. So again, if you're focusing on something through the lens of, I do this, right? Through the lens of fear and scarcity, you're going to amplify the fear and the scarcity. So you can be confirmation for somebody. You can be focusing on a goal, but through the lens of fear, you're going to keep attracting places, things, people, circumstances that accelerate that fear and give you more fear and more things to be fearful of. Because again, vibrationally, that's what you're asking. And again, I know I'm spitting all this energetic stuff, and we're not even close to getting into energy. Again, we're just focusing on our thought patterns here. Okay, so I'm gonna go into every single different wellness topic. I'm going to give you some questions and we're going to just see what, again, we're just going to explore. Okay, we're not judging ourselves. Again, take out a pen and paper. I'm not kidding. I'm saying this over and over because I'm not kidding. This is going to be a lot of information, but I want you to take note and follow your intuition. What are you here to receive today? Which aspect of your wellness are you going to decide to focus on? Okay? So let me just go ahead and end this recording, and then I'll start a new one. Okay. All right, number 1, spiritual wellness. Again, take out a piece of paper and pen because this is a lot of information. I just want you to jot notes. And again, if you really vibe with this information, get the wellness guide. Hop on the live with me. We're going to do this every single day, okay? Spirit is defined as a non-physical part of a person, which is a seat of emotions and character, aka the soul. To be spiritual means to have a soul. The spiritual component of wellness does not require for someone to be actively practicing religion. Religion is a particular system of faith and worship. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Some of the questions I can ponder upon to determine my level of wellness from a spiritual component include, but are not limited to, the following. Do I allow myself time alone? Do I think about the meaning of life and how do I perceive it? Do I practice stillness? Am I intentional about my thoughts, feelings, and actions in regards to fulfilling a purpose? Am I at ease with my being, or do I feel a lack of control and understanding? Again, these are not just all of them, but they're just some to get you to start to think. Some signs of being consciously aware of my spiritual wellness include, but are not limited to, the following: developing a purpose in life, having the ability to spend quality time alone, practicing forgiveness and compassion towards myself and others, caring for the well-being of self, others, and the environment, taking time to reflect on experiences and the relationships around me, understanding my beliefs and how and why I developed them. A strong spirit is a key in aiding me thrive throughout changes in life and the uncertainty I face as I age. Again, we're going to navigate more with body stuff. We're just doing intellectual, but then we're going to go ahead and ground into the body, right? The safety and security that we're training ourselves to develop and or constantly build. Tools to expand this aspect of myself include, but are not limited to, the following: journaling, yoga, meditation, nature walks, creative expression through projects like painting, building. So basically anything creative and or grounding. Moving on to the next one, environmental wellness. This aspect of wellness can be easily neglected because it can be perceived as not directly correlated with my physical health. Truth be told, I am both influencing and being influenced by my environment on multiple dimensions. Some of the questions I can ponder upon to determine my level of wellness from an environmental component include, but are not limited to, the following. I feel like I'm screaming at you guys, but I'm really serious. Okay. Is my physical environment safe and a place where I can practice good hygiene? What kinds of people am I in proximity to in my everyday life? Do I allow my environment to influence my thoughts, emotions, and actions? If so, is this in a positive or in a negative way? Do I feel I have autonomy in the spaces I inhabit? Do I have access to information and resources that can help me better the quality of my life? Some signs of being consciously aware of this area of wellness include, but are not limited to, the following: being aware of the limits of the world's natural resources, organizing and maintaining a clean environment, actively choosing what aligns with my goals, including what I allow myself to consume through my senses, creating home and work environments that are supportive and healthy. Tools to expand this aspect of myself include, but are not limited to, the following: joining communities with individuals that share similar goals, values, and beliefs as my own, journaling for self-reflection, growing plants, including indulging in self-education, which is what you're doing right now, becoming an advocate and leader in my neighborhood, making use to keep my living areas clean and organized. I've talked about this before. Your environment is always signaling cues to your brain, and it's letting it know whether it's safe or it's not. If there's mess and clutter, your brain automatically goes into survival mode. It feels like it has a lot to do. It can't be safe. It's not an energy that allows your body to relax, right? So again, things like this matter. One more, and I think we're actually gonna maybe stop here. This is so much information. I feel like this is definitely not the way. Again, we're just, whoever's vibing with us is vibing, okay? We got physical wellness. This aspect of wellness is one of the most popular or consciously understood part of wellness due to its huge positive impact of exercise on my health. My physical fitness can be assessed through a couple of components that are not always straightforward. Some of the questions I can ponder upon to determine my level of wellness from a physical component include, but are not limited to, the following: how intentional am I about giving my body what it needs for health, healing, and energy? How often am I moving my body throughout the day? What types of foods am I consuming on a daily basis? Do I practice preventative measures when it comes to my health? Do I practice self-autonomy with my decisions over my body and my health? Some signs of being consciously aware of this area of wellness include, but are not limited to, the following: getting regular health checkups by a trusted and accredited healthcare professional, including blood work, using protection in sexual relations, getting enough sleep, practicing stress-reducing activities, following the physical activity guidelines, not over-consuming alcohol, food, TV, or other elements that can negatively impact my health, having a well-balanced diet, etc. Again, there are many different things. These are just some things to get you to start thinking. Tools to expand this aspect of myself include, but are not limited to, the following: keeping a health journal to track goals, patterns, and progress, joining a gym or facility that promotes movement, tracking my nutrition, finding creative outlets to promote body movement I enjoy, for example, dancing, sports, walking, whatever it may be. Again, today we're tapping more into yoga, which is a different kind of body movement. It has its specific benefits, right? So again, I have my yoga Glam experience if you want to check that out. And then we have emotional wellness. Alright, let's just go through them all. Emotional wellness. This aspect of wellness requires to be loving towards myself as I experience a range of emotions that arise as I experience contrast and expansion. The same goes as I accomplish the things I want. Some of the questions I can ponder upon to determine my level of wellness from an emotional component include, but are not limited to, the following: do I see stress as something I try to avoid, or see it as something I can learn from? Do I understand the interconnectedness of my thoughts, emotions, actions, and results? Is asking for help something I feel comfortable doing? How do I respond under stressful situations? Do I express the way I feel freely and openly? Can I differentiate my emotions and how they affect me? Some signs of being consciously aware of this area of wellness include, but are not limited to, the following: being able to say no without feeling guilty, feeling safe and secure in my own body, expressing myself freely while taking my own and other people's emotions into consideration when doing so, practicing self-care on a regular basis, being open to love and receive love, being able to feel emotions without becoming them. Meaning, if you feel an emotion of grief, are you going to grieve for the rest of the day and the year? Are you going to be depressed? Or are you able to grieve, let go, and move on? Keep moving up the scale, right? Again, this is a skill set. Tools to expand this aspect of myself include, but are not limited to, the following: journaling my thoughts to become self-aware of any patterns that no longer serve me or that I want to change. Reading books on emotional intelligence, going to therapy, having a healthy support system, moving my body on a regular basis. Again, why? Moving your body helps you regulate. And again, specific movements like yoga bring up emotions and self-awareness to help you connect the two. What am I thinking and what am I feeling? My thinking causes my feeling. My feeling is because of the way I was thinking. And then you start to really understand, what vibration am I operating in, right? Am I thinking lack? Am I thinking scarcity? Am I thinking abundance? How is this affecting the quality of my life, my stress, my kids, my family? Everything is interconnected. So again, it's a whole web we're going to tap into right here, okay? So after that is an intellectual wellness. But I think for today, I'm going to end it right there. And I was going to do specifically root chakra yoga poses today because, again, I feel like we're all needing some grounding. But I'm just going to go ahead and tap into whatever I feel called to do. So, again, I believe it's on page, it's like 140 something. Let's see. Okay, yeah, 145. So on page 145 of your wellness guide, you have yoga poses, root chakra. So these are all the chakra poses that are going to help you balance out your root energy, which is, again, feeling safe, feeling secure. Again, if you have anything that is manifested in your life of lack, sorry guys, let me see. Alright, number one, spiritual. Anything that is manifested in your life as lack in relationships and finances and emotions, right? If you're always feeling like you're sad, you're depressed, you're anxious, you're worrying, you're doubting, that's all considered lack energy. Then you want to focus on your root chakra. This is a chakra that and let me actually read this now. I guess let me just record one more time. Okay, so let's actually tap into chakras because I started going into that now. So root chakra, today we're talking roots. This chakra is responsible for how safe and secure I feel. When this chakra is blocked, it is difficult to trust. I feel undergrounded disconnected from nature. I have family wounds. I do not feel secure, and my primal needs are not being met. Either food, clothes, love, shelter, money, whatever it may be. I function out of fear and I feel unsafe. When this chakra is in balance, I feel connected to nature. I feel grounded. I trust the natural laws of the universe are working in my favor. It is easy to flow with life. I understand I am provided for and I feel safe. Physical dysfunctions associated with this specific chakra can be confirmation verb, but are not required to be chronic lower back pain, sciatica, varicose veins, rectal tumors, cancer, hemorrhoids, constipation, degenerative arthritis, knee problems, depression, immune-related disorders, and weight problems. Physical, mental, and emotional issues you can experience. Remember, we have mind and we have the body. We have mind and we have body. Mind is activity, body is your physical, your physiological vessel, right? So mental, emotional issues, physical, family, and group safety and security, ability to provide for life's necessities, inability to provide for life's necessities, and ability to stand up for oneself. And inability to stand up for oneself. So basically, that's what it's going to affect, right? Your ability to stand, there you go. Your ability to stand up for oneself, meaning, do you have boundaries? Do you feel worthy? All of these things are going to be because of your root chakra, okay? Possible causes of energy blocks, guilt or fear of being alive, right? If you feel guilty for having money, it's a root chakra problem. If you feel guilty for not having money, it's a root chakra problem. Like, it all has to do with what emotion are you feeling. And again, I've said this before. It's in the scale, right? And it's color coded. So if you want to know where you are vibrating, again, it's color coded. So you'll see right here, all the reds, that would be root chakra. If this is where you're vibrating, right? If you are vibrating jealousy, hatred, rage, anger, revenge, discouragement, blame, worry, you are vibrating down in the lower side of the spectrum. And again, that's what's being called to heal, to balance the roots. So again, moving upward, right? The oranges would be doubt, worry, blame, disappointment, overwhelmment. And then going into the yellow, going into the solar. Doubt, disappointment, overwhelmment, frustration, impatience, irritation, pessimism, right? Then going up to the heart chakra, boredom, pessimism, frustration, right? We can't receive, we're just stuck, we're stagnant, we're not open. Again, every chakra carries a specific function. So again, we went over root today, so that's where I'm going to stop this. Again, this is a lot. I need to figure out a way where we can work through this at a nice pace. Again, that's why I have courses, so you can work through this at your own timing. Because if I run through this, I'll just run through it. But we need to learn, we need to understand. And again, this is a huge collective, so I don't know where you guys are, what you're navigating, what you're experiencing. That's why I have group coaching as well, right? Right now we're going to be going through how do we build connection with self and relationships, right? We change the relationship with ourselves, everything changes. We change the relationship with relationships, with words, right? Even the way that when you hear a word, you have a specific programming. Again, that's called your paradigm, which again, we'll talk more about after we talk about the rest of the wellness topics, right? But again, you have a purpose quiz, desires quiz. You're really going to get into what do I desire for myself and why. And if you have things to grow through, meaning wounds, abuse, there's all types of abuse, financial, emotional, physical, and it looks different for everyone. But again, these are the things that we inherit from our family, from our grandparents, from our great-grandparents. And it was in their nervous system and they never healed it. So us as a fetus, as a baby, we are still operating from their fear. So again, this is very much intentional and it's going to be a journey. And there's different tools we can leverage. Affirmations, grounding, breath work, again, reading, journaling, all of these things are going to help us. Exercise, body movement, whatever. Again, there's a difference between exercising and body movement. And again, it's all in this guide. Yoga. Again, right now I'm working specifically with yoga and chakras. So again, how everything affects your energy, right? The food you eat, everything, again, there's so much in here, guys. I cannot talk about all of this in one day. But I hope you got whatever it is that you needed to receive today. Remember, it's going to be live on my YouTube, which is at Elevate with Brenda. I've also recorded, so I'm going to be posting this as reels, or what would you call them on TikTok? I don't even know. But videos, shorts, I don't know. Again, I'm on every single platform, so wherever you find me, wherever you're watching me today, this is where you can continue to find me. I will continue to pour into you guys. But again, it's up to you if you feel called to use your intuition and your discernment to go and pick up the tool and work through this on your own, okay? So let's just go ahead and take a deep breath in. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again, today I felt called to talk about the need to ground and how we can feel safe and secure. Remember, you're on this journey now, right? You tapped into this, you're starting this journey. You attracted me, I attracted you. I'm working with individuals who are ready for the next level. It's going to be a little scary to make that decision that I want better. Meaning I have to leave the things I'm doing right now. I can't be the same me. I can't think the same way. I can't feel the same way. I can't do the same. I have to leave something behind. I have to die to the old me. That's going to cause grief. You're going to grieve your friends. You're going to grieve your environment, your job, your position, your role, your self-identity, your everything. It's going to have to be different. It's going to be a process of changing, to learning, to unlearn, to relearn. It's going to cause grief. It's going to cause, again, so many different things. And I can't say specifically what it's going to be for you because, again, this is a huge collective. So please take a resonance, leave what doesn't. Just take it one day at a time, okay? I promise it's going to be so much fun. And you're just going to be so happy and grateful that you decided, I'm fucking doing this. I'm changing one thing at a time. And because I'm going to be consistent and I'm going to learn how to do this from a habitual response, I'm going to be a completely different person by next year, okay? So that's all I want for you is to just find what's going to bring you joy, because who you are today and who you'll be in the next 10 years is not going to be the same person. That person is going to want different things. Who you are today and who you were 10 years ago, different people. They're not the same. The same things don't create the same emotions. What brings you joy today was not what brought you joy 10 years ago. So as you can see, this is a life continual lifestyle. We have to learn ourselves, to relearn what's working, what's not working. It's literally just a dance with life, you can call it, right? So again, I'm heavily focused on the fundamentals, which is mindset. Everything stems from mindset. And I forgot, and we haven't gotten to this part of the guide yet, but I love this quote by Henry Ford. He says, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you are right. So whatever came to your mind today as I was asking you to navigate the different aspects of wellness, and you realize, hey, I need work here, or I want to do this, or I don't want to do this anymore, it creates, again, friction within you to say, man, I have to change. I have to change. If not for you, for your future generations, for whatever it may be. And that's what I think we're going to talk about in a different day. What's your why, right? Why are you doing this? Why is this calling you? There is something within you that is seeking greater expression. And I'm really just trying to channel right now. And that's another thing, if you're just hopping on this call, I also do channel, right? I do intuitive energy stuff where I can pick up on your vibration and I can just start spitting stuff that you want to hear, that you need to hear, that you've been asking. But we're going to ground our energy now, okay? Because I'm cutting off respectfully, I'm cutting it off right here. And we're just going to go ahead and get into our grounding technique. Because remember, it can be overwhelming to realize, oh my God, my life is about to change. Oh my God, I no longer feel comfortable as my old self. Oh my God, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being tired. Whatever it may be. Again, I feel like... Oh my God, I feel like this is up. Okay, so I do public speaking as well, okay? So as you can see, I will never stop. I can keep going and going and going and going. I just feel like I wanted to share that. So again, take it how it resonates for you. Please let me know in the comments how it's resonating. And I'm always going to share from love, but sometimes I do go to coach mode, okay? I just wanted to say that. So if it's the first time you're seeing me on your screen, I love you. I hope that, again, you can ignite this within yourself, because I can give you all the inspiration, I can give you all that information, but if you do not make the decision to start this journey, then you are going to stay forever here, wherever here is. And by law, if you're not growing, you're dying, right? And I actually talked about this today, that the fact that I myself am being driven to come on here and teach this information because I'm continuing to grow. So if I don't continue to share and to grow what I've already learned, right? I learned nervous system regulation already. I learned all these things. But for me to become the best me, I have to help other people become the best them, right? Like all this journey, all this process is for something. And I don't know exactly why I'm saying all of this, but it's resonating with somebody, okay? It's going to resonate with someone. So at this point, let's just take a deep breath, okay? So again, it's a lot, but breathe in and out. Again, bring a piece of paper and notebook. If you want the specific journals I created for this course, all the courses, you can get them in my LinkedIn bio. We're going to focus strictly with our thought patterns. If you've never sat down to think about what you think about, you're going to be surprised of how beautiful your mind is and how many thoughts you can have. But again, we're going to learn to quiet down the mind. And we're going to learn to be still. And we're going to learn to be okay, which is being present. Okay, so breathe in. I'm going to come forward. I also feel specifically for someone that's going to be watching either the replay or you're live with me or you're watching this through a reel, whatever the hell. You have so much energy right now and you feel so inspired, but that itself as well can be a good and a bad thing, right? Law of polarity, everything has good, everything has bad. When you have so much energy and you're so geeked up and you're so inspired, but you're not grounded within yourself, that can just go into random directions. And again, you have no focus. So all that energy will be wasted. So I want you to learn this. Again, I'm saying this from experience. When you don't know how to ground your energy, it's just going to into anything and everything. So please conserve your energy for what is worthy of your goal. Okay, again, that's where I want to go with this. We are specifically focusing on ourselves. We are learning to be selfish. To say, I want this, so I'm going to get this. So therefore, if it does not help me get there, share, whatever it is, I will not give my energy to anything aside from this. I have to be obsessed with this. I am literally, going in, okay. So breathe in. It's okay to be obsessed when it comes to your growth, guys, by the way. So breathe in. Relax. Again, there are different benefits to yoga. Stability, mobility. Maybe you're working on your health right now and you're trying to go hard at the gym, but you feel like it's challenging, it's difficult. Maybe you should focus on something where you can build your discipline to then move your body. Again, you don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just literally following my body right now. I just want to do that. So it's another thing I love about yoga. It's just self-expression, right? However your body wants to move right now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back down. Again, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? I know I'm saying a lot. I'm creating a lot of different neural pathways right now in your brain. Maybe you've never pondered upon any of this information. Maybe you haven't thought about what you wanted in a while. And you're like, wow, I think I completely forgot about myself. All I do is focus on everybody else. And what about me? What do I want? Who cares about what I want? Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Or again, maybe you're focused on your physical wellness. And maybe you're thinking, hey, maybe it'd be smart to move my body because when I get to the age of 80, 90, hopefully, I want to be able to bend down and tie my shoes, right? I want to be, or maybe now you can't bend down and that's okay. We're not judging ourselves. Again, I don't know where you are or what focus you're working on. But we're here to do this together, okay? Breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. Again, I don't know if you're feeling. Okay, we're focused on root today, right? So let me first and foremost not tap into more stuff. Root, feeling safe, feeling grounded, feeling secure. That's our focus. So if you want to feel grounded, right, you can imagine or visualize yourself maybe in tree pose like this, right? And feeling, visualizing roots under you, right? Diving deep into the ground. And like, again, it's going to be very much to each their own because some people might not be able to do this just yet. But visualize those roots holding you down into the earth, that you are safe and you are grounded because you are connected with everything that is. You and the earth are made of the same elements, right? We're all made up of the same thing. So can you trust that what made this earth and what made you is going to provide for you, right? How do we start doing this? When we start to comprehend that the air that we breathe, there is an abundance of, right, let's focus. Let me focus, actually. There's an abundance of air, and it's providing air for you, right? This universe, this earth, whatever you want to look at it as, for free. It is not charging you. And again, there's different abilities. So if you are not able to breathe on your own, that is, again, take everything as it resonates, right? But again, just something so small right there. Can you be grateful, please, that you are able to breathe on your own? You do not need a ventilator, that you do not need some kind of assistance to breathe, right? The best tool to focus on what's good in your life is practicing gratitude, right? And that's a great way to ground. So I feel like that's why I'm actually being called to talk about gratitude. I had no intention to talk about gratitude, but here we are. When you can focus on what's going good in your life, again, what you focus on expands, you'll attract more good. Breathe in. This is literally all I'm doing right now. This is all my body really kind of wants to do. It's just tree pose. Again, dancing can be another way that you can ground your energy, right? So if you move the hips, right? And if you have, again, stored trauma, hips, you need to move it. You need to circulate it, whatever it may be. I guess I can show you guys now since we're already doing this. More root exercises. So this is gonna be interesting on the recordings. I'm literally just spitting all this stuff. So we come down, right? Just breathe in, breathe out. If there's anything that you can do that is not even required to move, it's just breath work. If you can calm yourself through breath, you will always be able to calm down, right? If you experience something that is chaotic, if you experience something that disrupts your nervous system, but you've been intentionally practicing breath work and gratitude and body movement, you will naturally be able to de-stress yourself. You will no longer be operating in fight or flight mode. And why is this important? When you're operating in fight or flight, you cannot restore or repair. Again, I have a free course on this because, again, this really affects some people's mental health, right? And as someone who has been through that journey, I don't believe that we should charge for that, right? So if you are really struggling with your mental health right now and or feeling scared, right, anxiety, depression, I have a free course that really goes through this. But feeling safe and secure is important because if we do not, it means our body is in survival. When it hits survival, it does not give you any energy, or it's not prioritizing your vital energy to repair and to regrow, and that's why we get sick and we stay sick, and some of us actually die from this, right? Some of us get stress. Too much stress can lead to death as well, right? Heart problems, cardiovascular. And again, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm just saying, like, this is what it comes down to. Energy is always being transmuted. If you're constantly thinking, worry, and doubt, you're creating those chemicals in yourself, right? You're feeling that. You're attracting more. You're literally, like, stressing yourself out. Your vessel cannot repair. It cannot regrow. Immune system shuts down. Hair, loss of hair, like, confirmation for somebody. That's literally, like, the signs and the symptoms that you have a weakened immune system is because your cortisol, your biochemistry is being affected by the thoughts you are carrying. If you simply focus on your thoughts, all of that would go away, and I promise you this, it's scientifically proven. Again, all of my information, all of my stuff It's scientifically proven, because before I believed in anything else, I believed in science. So, take a deep breath. I shared so much. I'm not even recording anymore. It's literally whatever comes up. But feel free to just, again, if you can't master, oh my god, here we go. Okay, give me a second, guys. Okay. There's so much you can master, but again, I want to teach you guys how to do this from the inside out, meaning we're going to focus on our thought patterns, and I feel like that's why I haven't even started the body movement, because when it comes to how I actually teach, I don't feel comfortable teaching you to move your body, because if you're moving your body but you're not being intentional, again, there's people that go work out to de-stress, but they're stressing themselves out more because they hate what they're doing. And I'm laughing, but it's not funny, and again, it's all awareness, right? If you force yourself to do something and you're in resistance, you're creating from resistance, meaning it's going to be fruitless. And again, I have to show you guys a visual with this, what I mean, because thoughts become emotions, emotions become actions, actions carry vibration, which depends what you attract, right, into your lifestyle, into your life, into your reality. So if you're doing something from a lack standpoint, the results are going to have to be equivalent in lack. So if you're going to the gym to de-stress, but you hate going to the gym, you're stressing yourself to go to the gym to de-stress, so it's canceling out energetically. Does that make sense? For whatever reason, I'm called to share that, so there you go. Okay, we can bring it back to like breathing, okay? Breathing it. Again, let me actually put this over. Because I do have this ability, and I do express my ability to channel, I might have to move you guys down a little bit. I'm going to be sharing a lot, so if it's overstimulating for you, again, I want you to acknowledge that. More than anything, I will always be trauma-based and trauma-informed, right? So if it's overstimulating, I need to take a step back, because again, it can be overwhelming. Do so. And again, that's why I have these courses, so you could do this at your own timing. So if the collective videos, the lives are too much, and you just want to get down to the nitty-gritty, do that for you, okay? I promise. So I'm looking at my tarot cards, but I'm like, no, I'm not going to read tarot right now. Unless one of you guys wants me, then I definitely will do that, right? But let's just, again, focus on grounding. So I'm picking up so much, and that's why I can't shut the fuck up. But for the sake of my intention of today, right? Let's just calm down. Let's find ways. And see, this is reflecting how everyday life is. We have so much going on. There's so many stimuli. There's so many problems or opportunities, right? There's so much going on. As you guys saw earlier, we have 8 aspects of wellness. We're literally one individual with 8 aspects, probably more, right? But again, just in the way that this is taught. So we have to make sure that everything is in balance, that our finances are good, that our relationships are good, that our health is good, that our vocation is good, that like this is so much. It could be so overwhelming, which is why a lot of us are in autopilot, and a lot of us are actually on fight or flight mode. Again, where our nervous system is unregulated, we're stressed, we have physical and mental disease being manifested. There's so much. So how can we, with everything going on, right? Family, friends, job, like dreams, like that's why we always push our dreams to the side, because we're just dealing with what's going on right now, right? So how can we ground and practice stillness so that we can navigate life one day at a time from a place of peace and joy and authenticity, most importantly, right? Be prioritizing our needs and also our wants. Something you can do that's very simple, and again, I have this, if I were to record all of this, I would have so much too much content, so I gotta edit this stuff. On my YouTube, which, hello guys, again, you can watch this whole replay, okay? Like, this, I don't know how long I'm gonna go for, probably like 2 hours. I have a playlist, and it's chakra alignment, right? That's the one that goes with the course. But I also have one that says raise your vibration. So again, you guys are all gonna be on different awarenesses and different capabilities, and your schedules are all different. So what I want to say is pick one that feels good to you. So if you feel like you don't have a lot of time, right, pick the 10-minute video in the morning and listen to it and start to let someone guide you, right? We have Abraham Hicks, if you resonate with that, right? Bob Proctor, which is the person I learned from. That's why I can't stop sharing, because I know so much, and I get so passionate because I'm like, you guys need to know this. Right, we have who is this too? I have some classical music. Classical music is really good for your nervous system to calm down, right? Or like it gets you in that like beta wavelength. Again, I'm very much focused on energy and waves and all of that, but for today's purposes, we're not even close to getting to that stuff. We really are just like this is like the tip of the iceberg. But everything's going to make sense. The more you hop on these calls, and again, I don't know what you're being called to learn or what you're resonating with. What's another one we have here? What's this guy's? Hill. What's his first name? Anyways, I studied like a lot of like the older like again Bob Proctor. He started Andrew Carnegie. All these like 19. I don't know. I resonated with this. So what is this guy called? He talks about like the law of assumption and all of this stuff. Which again, I have all of that in the guide. But anyways, right? If you're focused on finances, then we have Louise Hay, right? She literally walks you through it. So an hour meditation.
Every day is a new beginning. The point of power is always in the present moment. Whatever happens.
This one is specifically on how you can be present, and again, learning to look at those small ways in which abundance is in your life already, right? Because remember, abundance is going to be manifested in every aspect of your life, or not manifested, right? There's going to be a lack or an abundance of abundance, if that makes sense. Again, everything again is about self-awareness. Where are you right now? Where do you want to be? And because of where you are right now, what is expressed in your life, right? If you're facing a problem right now, it's a manifestation of your energetic thoughts, emotions, and actions. Whatever your result is, that is a problem. One, by law, there must be a solution, right? Law of polarity. But also, if you reverse engineer, you'll see how your actions that stem from your thought, that stem from your emotions, that your emotions stem from your thoughts is what created that result, that problem. So again, there's so much, and I'm still talking. We have not grounded. So let's go ahead and just breathe. Again, what I really wanted to come on here today for, I feel like collectively there's so many shifts happening. I'm gonna actually put the root chakra healing, okay? It's a frequency. Again, it's on my YouTube channel. And this is part of what comes with the course when you buy the 7-day course for yoga and chakra alignment. Just gonna put that in the background. But yes, there's so many shifts happening, and for some of us, we can feel those shifts, right? So there's one thing about having the ability to feel, and there's another thing about having the ability to, again, intellectual wellness, right? Intellectualize and to feel is different. When you intellectualize, you know something, but to do, you have to feel, right? You have to be in that vibration. You have to align the mind and the body. When the mind and the body are not in alignment, there's incoherence that creates these wave patterns of like static. Think about yourself as a transmitter, right? Like when you tune into something like a radio station. When you tune into a radio station, you have to put the precise station on. If not, you tap into a different station. So that's how you send out signal through these wave patterns, right? You have the brain has specific patterns that it sends out, but then there's also wave patterns from your heart. Your brain are electrical and your heart are magnetic, meaning your electrical, what you're thinking, right, is being sent out. I want you to like visualize the waves like this, like, right, and the waves actually do go like this, right? High frequency, the waves are more. This is why I always do visual. I guess I can look at the book. It's in the book, okay, guys, if you really are interested in this stuff. The wave patterns for slower vibrational are going to be more separated, right? I'm really not finding the correct terminology that I wish I could find right now, but the point being is that all of this is happening and your body is feeling it. Okay, so when you're not feeling grounded, it's just that your energy is chaotic. And that's really what I'm tapping into right now, because I have not stopped. I've just been like again, like it's just like it feels like an explosion of energy. And again, that's not bad, it's not good. It's just we need to learn how to ground. For some of us, we need to ground so we can stabilize our emotions. For some of us, we need to ground so we can have mental clarity. For some of us, we need to ground so we can feel that safety and security, which again are more like emotions. For some of us, we need to ground just so we can simply be and not have to do, and learn how to rest and to repair and to regrow ourselves. Every single aspect of our being is literally also operating on this frequency. I feel like right now, I'm really like calming somebody down. I don't know who I was really connected to right now. Again, this is collective, so collectively it could be a thing too, but we were on 10, like, do you feel way calm right now? And you've been here for the past couple minutes, right? Do you feel the difference of the energy of when you hopped on this live and right now? You may also resonate with like Reiki. Anyways, I'm not gonna go there right now. Feeling calm and safe in the stillness is key. Sometimes when it's too quiet, we get scared because we don't know how to respond, because we don't know what's happening, we don't know what's gonna come. Sometimes we feel bored, right? We've mistaken peace with boredom, because if our nervous system is used to that spike, that energy, like that chaos, like that, literally how I was projecting right now, like not projecting, but what I was transmitting right now, right? Like I was like loud and I was like fast and I was like da 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 da. That's chaotic energy. And again, it's not good, it's not bad. It's just like, let's ground it. So one thing you can do too is visualize when you breathe in the calmness and the safety coming into your vessel, and when you breathe out, the fear and the anxiety and the rush, right? Again, I was tapping into very much like on 10 right now. Like I could not stop talking. I could not sit the fuck down and just. But again, it's important that we express all of what we are and all of our emotions. And again, a lot of these things are going to start coming up because, again, you're intentionally going to be here. You're doing this. You're taking the program. You're getting the guide. Whatever it is that you're getting, either it's with me or somewhere else, you're on a transformation here. You're starting a transformation. Whoever is watching me right now, you're about to transform, or you're in the middle of a transformation and now you're just becoming aware. You've been feeling the shifts, and again, I've talked about this. I've been up at like 3 a.m., like 4 a.m. and I just like, I feel it. I feel the shift, but I'm like, what is it? I don't know what it is. We don't know what's coming, how it's going to be received, by what, like who's coming in our life, like all these things, these factors, right? These aspects of wellness. When we intentionally start to shift ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, our expectations, by law, everything in our life has to shift. And again, this can create a lot of grief and a lot of confusion and a lot of fear and a lot of doubt and a lot of things. And I keep doing this. I've never done this, but it's feeling really soothing. So let go. I think I'm breathing. Let go. And if you know how your body vortex looks, so you have the 7 chakras, right? We talked about the chakras. The root is like literally right here at the bottom of, I forgot all the terminology. I'm not even gonna say, like, try to attempt to say, but it's at the like your pelvis, right? Like at the bottom of your pelvis. Your root is, that's where your energetic center is. We have 7 energetic centers. These 7 energetic centers compose your electromagnetic field, right? This aura around you, this whatever you want to call it. And the energy comes in waves like this, up, down. It travels from your roots to your crown and then out. And at the same time, you're receiving from the ether, from the spiritual realm, through your crown, down to your root. So it's coming in all directions, right? This infinite energy that is a part of you is coming in all directions and all proximity. So it looks like this. It circulates like this, and it circulates like this. And it's in the back of you, in the front of you, on the side. It creates what some of us call the vortex. Again, if you resonate with Abraham Hicks and those teachings, you're going to understand this terminology. And if not, again, I have the guide. That's all I can say at this point. I have so much to share that I can't teach everything piece by piece. But again, there is an Abraham Hicks on one of those playlists if that's something you feel called to. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Okay, now that we're feeling more grounded and we're more calm, because holy shit, were we fired up, we can put some focus into our body, just relaxing, okay? So come down on your mat, breathe in, breathe out. I want you to relax your spine. I've been talking for a long time, so let me get my water. Also, for some of you, hydration is really key right now, so please hydrate. You are literally going through shifts, like you're upgrading your genetic expression. I hope you know that, some of you. I don't know, again, it's a huge collective, but we're actually all going through a shift, right? And I think that depending on who you are and what you believe in, some of you are aware of this and some of you are not, but the entire vibration of the planet is rising. So because of this, if you're not intentionally grounding your energy, again, it's going to be very chaotic within your vessel. And you might not be able to intellectually comprehend, but your physical vessel is feeling it. There's this thing called ascension symptoms, right? Some of you are experiencing like headaches and nausea, and some of you are tired as fuck, and there's so many different things, but again, it's happening whether you can comprehend it or you cannot. One thing I do know is that my collective is highly intuitive, so you can feel these shifts. So what I'm here to guide you through is the awakening of yourself to yourself and who you truly are and what that means for you. I'm not here to tell you any of this specifically to you what it is, but to give you the tools that you can determine for yourself, right? So you can have spiritual autonomy, so you can decide. That's why I say you're going to accept and reject as you'd like. But I highly suggest you accept in accordance to your goal, which is why we talked about that at the beginning of the call. What do you wish for yourself? What do you truly want? Because if your focus is everywhere, you're going nowhere. If you stand for... Never mind, I'm gonna show something. Let's go ahead and just breathe. So this is specifically for root, okay? If you grab the bottom of your feet and you open up your hips, I want you to breathe into your root chakra. And I want you to release. Relax your shoulders. I want you to drop your jaw. Relax your scalp. All these unconscious muscles that we're contracting at all times, that creates friction, that creates stress. So if you don't consciously relax your jaw and relax your cheeks and drop your, I already said that, your jaw and your scalp, your shoulders, your spine, your hips, you're just storing that stress. So again, it's a conscious thing to train ourselves to relax and to feel safe, just being in our body. If you can feel safe in your body and master that, you can feel safe anywhere. Someone can literally drop you in the middle of the most dangerous location and you'll feel so fucking protected. And by law, because you feel safe, your experience has to be of safety, so you cannot be harmed. And it's the most powerful thing ever. And then the more you start to see this, the more evidence you'll gain that you are safe and that you are protected. So then you'll feel confidence in being and doing and having without feeling like someone or something is going to sabotage or harm you or whatever it may be. And again, please be very careful of what you listen to and who you listen to, including tarot readers. And I'm a tarot reader myself, but I have to let you know that not everyone has good intentions, and a lot of people are just, again, we're all what's the word? We all don't know what we don't know. So someone can unintentionally cause harm to you if they're feeding lack mindset. Okay, so just be very self-aware of that. I'm gonna go into this because my body just wants to do that. Again, you have free will to do whatever you want. Again, all the different poses are in the guide. If you've experienced a lot of or just one experience, doesn't matter, right? Sexual trauma, you wanna work on this. You can reject or accept if you want to, but I highly suggest. Again, you can hold yourself here, you can close your eyes, you can visualize. A lot of the times when you get into this type of work, without knowing, again, your body's going to start to awaken. You're going to start to feel things that might trigger things. And you'll remember things, and you might want to cry, you might want to laugh. Again, this is to each their own. Everyone's experience is going to be different. Sometimes I get on live and I end up crying and I have no idea that was happening. But again, I needed that to come up so I can process it, release it, and make space for a different experience. You can only hold so much energy up until this point. But if you want to receive more, you have to let go. If you're still holding on to things from your childhood, there's no space. When you sigh like that, that's you calming your nervous system. So breathe in through your nose. And let it out like that. I know it's going to be a little awkward at first. But again, we're way past that stage of caring how it sounds or what it looks like or whatever. You're doing this for you. Nobody but you. Self-love might also be something significant. I mean, it's always going to be significant, but right now, to whoever's listening. So right now, as I was saying that, we're practicing feeling safe and secure in our body, right? So again, situations might arise where you did not feel safe and secure because you had certain, again, abuse is really coming up. Take that however that resonates. And again, the guide has the different wounds you can grow through and or become self-aware of to work through. And again, a lot of the times our energetic blockages are from the things that we refuse to heal, that we refuse to look at. That we say, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect me. Energetically, your body remembers. And it's asking to be felt. So you can release it and attract different, because if not, you're going to keep attracting the same frequency through different places, people, and things. Breathe in and out. You can hold this pose as long as you'd like to. Another one that's very simple for you to start off with is child's pose. So you come here, you come down, and we're just gonna put our head at the bottom of the mat. If you can, if you can't, just stay as low as you can. Again, this is another component of this, right? Everyone's abilities of mobility, strength, stability, endurance are different. So please always do this from where you are today. So if you need to modify the physical activity or the body movement, modify it. And again, if you're working on physical, that's something you can take note of. Again, which component? Are you working on stability? Are you working on flexibility? Are you working on endurance? Are you working on there's so much. So again, my best advice is get the guide and just follow with me and leave and take what resonates, leave what doesn't. That's all I can say. Again, relaxing your body. And if you want to watch the entire replay, you can do so on YouTube. Stay there, or you can. I'm going into crown chakra, by the way. We don't have to. Again, crown is more about receiving. This grounds me, so but I get to be strong. I've been doing this for a while, so listen to your body. I'm getting a little more fidgety now. So again, practicing stillness is a skill set, even for me. Like again, you see me, I want to just move. I want to like. Also, though, I haven't been to the gym in a week, and I'm very much someone who is pretty active, and I haven't because I've been resting, I've been integrating, I've been feeling the shifts, I've been listening to my body to rest. And today I had like a huge I just shifted. So again, that's when let me just go live and see what the collective is growing through. This pose is more for like your heart space, so it's gonna help you with that receiving confirmation burp. Opening, receiving, feeling, embracing, compassion, love, trust. That's heart. Again, you want to discern for yourself which chakra needs alignment today. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go into my chakra cards. Again, these are all just different tools that I use, but it's the same thing. We're working on our energy. And right away, I could not make this shit up. Root chakra. It says yoga can help to release tension and open the root chakra. Helpful poses are mountain squats, warrior goddess. Are you giving me some throat? It's not fun. Warrior goddess and child pose. Again, all of these are in the guide. Solar plexus is on right now for the playlist, and as I split it in half, we have solar plexus affirmation. I honor the power within me. I honor myself. Stones or something else that you can use. Root chakra stones. Healing stones that can be used to open, balance, and heal the root chakra. Red carnelian for strength and courage. Black tourmaline for spiritual grounding. Obsidian for protection. Again, there's all these tools are going to be in the guide, but there's different ways you can ground and you can balance. If you feel like yoga is not where you're at right now, because again, I've been doing research and speeches and so much on yoga, and like it took me 10 years to like finally be in the place of my life where I'm like, I can do some yoga. So let's see what is the collective into here today right now. By the way, I'm so thirsty. I have this literally like I'm drinking my water, guys. Give me 1 second. This is actually greens and collagen. What is the collective into here right now? For whoever's here and or watching this replay. What did I tell you? I love being psychic. Throat. So your affirmation, again, affirmations are another tool. I live in my truth. I communicate my truth. I am my truth. What is your truth? Whatever you believe. AKA your spirituality is whatever beliefs you have, you hold. Whatever you believe, right, it's just a thought you repeat to yourself enough times. It must be expressed in your life. So again, going back to what we talked about today, if you believe a thought that comes from scarcity, then your manifestation must equal scarcity. If you believe a thought that is based on abundance, then your reality must be expressed and or manifested through abundance. We have an activity for balancing the chakras with a candle. Oh, that's bogus. Let me read it for me. Somebody might need it. I'm like, I don't want to say, like, hold up, guys. My throat. Throat chakra is very significant. I was also, like, screaming hardcore to you guys earlier, though, so it might also just be that. Okay, we're, like, nice and calm now, so leave that in the background. Sit comfortable in a cross-legged position, so kind of like how I am. Light a candle, place it 1/2 meter away. Be still and look at the flame without blinking. Watch with complete attention for a few minutes. Close your eyes and watch the residual image. Do this until you can no longer see the image. Slowly bat open your eyelids and either repeat the activity or take a deep breath to finish. This is giving solar plexus. And again, it's still on solar plexus, yellow. So that's how you can develop your willpower, which is a higher faculty, right? So for you to sustain your goal, like we talked about creating a goal for ourselves, right? We're tired of being tired. What is it that we want to achieve? What is it that we want to be, to do, to have, to share? It's going to require will for you to be able to sustain it until it comes into fruition. Crown chakra, 7th and final chakra in our body system, relates to our higher selves and realization that everything is connected at a fundamental level. Again, what I talked about earlier, at the beginning of the call, you are made of the same thing that is what makes up this earth and everyone in it. Confirmation burp. This can seem intimidating for beginners, but with practice, the energy of this chakra becomes stronger and can help you build a deeper connection to the realm of the divine. Maybe I should have just started with tarot because I'm like, I feel like I had so much to say. But everything is coming out how it's supposed to. Again, more solar plexus. This chakra is the hub of digestion. Poor digestion is one of the first signs this chakra is out of balance. This chakra reacts to anxiety and fear, what we're talking about today, which can in turn affect the body physically. Excessive energy can lead to overworking yourself, resentment of authority, and being overly judgmental. Deficient energy can cause depression, insecurity, fear of being alone, and poor digestion. Also, poor digestion. I did talk about abuse. Sexual abuse. If you have experienced sexual abuse, one of the symptoms you can see, and one of the most common ones, is poor digestion. Any like gastrointestinal, like anything to do again with the will. Why? Because it was taken from you, right? Your power. Okay. There are many ways to balance this chakra. Please see the cards that follow. Again, we have an affirmation for that. I honor the power within me. I honor myself, right? Speaking your truth. I live in my truth. I communicate my truth. I am my truth. And then throat chakra, yoga poses. Can use to release tension and bring energy to the throat. And the thyroid, right? So you, again, another way it could be manifested for your throat chakra is thyroid problems. But camel, plow, cat, cow, lion's breath, shoulder stand, and fish pose, which again, you can look at the descriptions for that if you feel called to use the tools. Crown chakra affirmation. I am open to the abundance and the greatness the universe offers. Again, today we talked about abundance mindset, scarcity mindset, fear mindset, average mindset. Balancing the third eye. consciousness expands from the chakra, relates to how we connect to the outside world and our inner dialogue. Again, what are we thinking? Some may think of this as a sixth sense or intuition. Excessive energy can lead to difficulty concentrating and allow you to become lost in fantasy or disconnected from reality. Deficient energy could cause dull memory and distrust in your inner voice, causing indecisiveness. Again, what did we talk about today at the beginning of the call? How do we make committed decisions? If our third chakra is not aligned, it's going to be harder for us to take decisions, because we can't trust ourselves. If we can't trust ourselves, we don't trust our decisions. So we avoid making decisions because we can't trust ourselves. Okay, you see how this is all going to be interconnected for some of you all. Crown chakra, another tool you can use, essential oils. Why? Aromatherapy. Third eye chakra, stones. Again, stones are another way. Why? Because everything carries vibration. We use the energy of the stone to help activate that within our own field. So crystals, stones. Specific crystals, stones for third eye, lapis lazuli to balance this chakra, sapphire can help heal an overactive third eye. Remember, it can spin too fast or can spin too slow. Amethyst, useful for to open, stimulate, and offer protection. Again, there's so much here. So again, it's on you to become self-aware. Which chakra does your body system right now? What is speaking to you? Again, there is a whole course on this so that you can continuously align your energy. Third eye chakra affirmation. I am insightful and intuitive. And like I said that earlier, Maya Collective, I know you know. When you know, you know. But sometimes, again, reminding ourselves that we don't know everything. Heart chakra. The chakra is located at the center of the chest, rather than where the heart is. Its color is green. It talks about compassion, love, and beauty. Oh my god, I cannot make this shit up. It literally just changed to heart. And I love when this is called a synchronicity. If you're new to this. Oh my god, I'm taking pictures by accident. Anyways, I don't know, man. We'll see about that later. Again, nothing is coincidence. Like, I've literally attracted you and you attracted me. So, I don't know. Whatever you're here to get, confirmation. Alright. Root chakra, sacral chakra affirmation. I have complete peace from within. What else? Again, this is also being recorded for YouTube. So, if you want to watch the entire session, by all means, again, grab your pen and notebook. There's a lot of things that you're going to see, hear, resonate, shift, however it's meant to be received on your end to reach your own. I talked about aromatherapy. Aromatherapy has powerful healing properties. To open the root chakra, try burning earthy essential oils. Sandalwood, cedarwood, cloves, ginger. Again, all of this stuff is in the Holistic Wellness Guide, which is why I had it out. And I will continuously refer to it because there's so much information. And every single day, you might need something different. Today, your body might ask, I want to do yoga. Tomorrow, it might be, again, you will intentionally build a routine for yourself to reflect where you are, right? It might start with incense and breath work. And then you add the yoga, and then you add the meditation, right? And then that becomes your morning routine. It might start with just listening to these videos while you drive. It might start, like, again, I don't know, I can't tell you. And I'm not meant to tell you. You're meant to figure this out for yourself, again, with the guidance of the tools. Or simply my content. Go watch my content. Watch my videos on all my platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, everybody, like, there's so much I put everywhere. Facebook. Don't forget about you guys, Facebook. Okay, let's see. Third eye, affirmation. I am confident in my ability to make my life work. I feel like at this point we have all of them out. Root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Crown, again, stones. Clear quartz, good for amplifying the energy for this chakra, brings a heightened spiritual awareness, expands consciousness. Amethyst, good for meditation. I can literally sit here all day and give more and more information to you guys, which again, that's why it can be overwhelming. But again, today we're focusing on grounding. So I ask you, what today resonated with you? What is your body asking you to indulge in, to study, to explore, to say yes to? Third eye key concepts: intuition, dreams, vision, imagination, awareness. Again, today we're talking about what do you want. It's going to require imagination. Can you see yourself in your mind living that life? Or are you seeing are you using your imagination constructively or destructively? Are you aware that you're worrying all the time? Most of us aren't. We're operating on subconscious reprogramming. 95% of our actions are unconscious because they're on habits. They're on programs. So again, we're intentionally rewiring. That's why we keep getting the same, because we're literally wired to do it. Sacral. It's located below the navel, so your belly button, associated with the emotions, pleasure, relationships, and creativity. Again, there's 8 aspects of wellness. There's 7 chakras. There's infinite amounts of ways you can get where you want to be. Again, start with the mindset frameworks, abundance. Throat chakra stones, turquoise to help express your thoughts. Amazonite, promote emotional balance, calm your nervous system. Aquamarine, clear the mind, encourage honesty, and help you connect with hidden emotions. The key here is, what do you want, and how can you be intentional to attaining and upgrading your nervous system to be able to fuse with it? What did we say at the beginning of the call? Everything is on its own frequency. For you to fuse with it, you have to learn how to sustain it. Your frequency, your energy, is composed of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions, plus expectations.
Here's something people rarely
I don't know how long I'm going to be here, but I feel like I literally can be here all day. Oh my god, it's already 10:30. Again, time is even an illusion. And again, it's giving, like, we're feeling the shifts. Sacral chakra, key concepts: pleasure, creativity, sexuality, needs, emotion. Color is orange, element is water. I feel like I'm really... It's giving this first color. I feel like... See, I can't even finish my sentence. I have multiple collectives and there's different things I'm teaching, right? But I feel like right now what Spirit is really having me do is literally teach you about the chakras and teach you about who are you. You are energetic beings that operate on vibration. But if you don't even understand that, you can't understand the transmutation of energy, how thoughts become things. Or maybe you do, but again, you're mastering a specific component of it. Your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, or your expectations, results. Please let me know in the comments somewhere, like, what is resonating, how this is resonating. I've said this earlier. I can teach so many different things, and because it's so much that I can teach, because everything is the same. Everything revolves around energy, and the transmutation process is the same for everybody. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, Spirit, what do you want me to tell them, to show them, to teach them? And I think it's really giving. We're gonna start studying the chakras. So it looks like I'll be just coming on live to talk about chakras, which is fine. Blessed, I'm grateful to be the messenger. Sacral chakra, second chakra in your body system, associated with your emotional body, creativity, and sensuality. Energy is characterized by flexibility and flow. Can you allow yourself to let go of control, to surrender, to flow? Control stems from fear. When you need to be in control, you're scared to let go because you don't know how to handle uncertainty. This chakra is often described as our first ladder of consciousness. This really makes sense though, because my first official course that is out as of right now is about a yogic alignment experience. So learning to tap into and connect thoughts with emotions and your mind and the body. Is that it? Let's see if that's it. If that's it, I'm gonna go into an angel number message. Ooh, it looks like we're not done. Crown chakra affirmation. I go beyond my limiting beliefs and accept myself totally. I literally made 2 videos about this, limiting beliefs, and that's literally like what catapulted me into this energetic shift. Was I recognized for myself what my limiting belief was. I didn't want to go back into survival mode by being on grind mode and working and going on autopilot. So therefore I didn't. I mean, I'd come on here, but I wasn't doing it to my fullest. Again, we all have limiting beliefs, right? So that itself would limit me from coming on here and helping you get your transformation, which is ultimately my life purpose, is to help you get to where you want to be. To learn how to be, do, share. Be, do, have, share whatever you want. So again, crown chakra. What are your limiting beliefs? What do you believe you can or cannot do, and why? I mean, that one's obviously really connected to spirituality. Again, this is a collective of, I don't know. So whatever calls your attention today, whichever chakra, whichever wellness. I know we didn't go through all of them. Let me see. I believe we stopped at emotional. Then we have intellectual wellness, social, financial, and vocational books left. And then we have, yeah. Tomorrow we're going to pick up on intellectual wellness. And again, this is a journey, so we're going to go through all the wellnesses. We're going to go through the different quizzes. We're going to really get nitty-gritty about what it is that we want and why. And then we're going to create a goal. We're going to use our vision board, and then I'm going to explain what is a paradigm and why the paradigm stops or helps you get to where you want to go. We're going to talk about conscious energy, subconscious energy, vibration. Oh, there's so much. There's so much. But again, I'm just going to come on live and teach one thing a day. And if you're here, you're here. If not, again, watch the replays. They're going to be on YouTube. But it looks like for right now, our main focus is going to be learning about the chakras. And again, focus more on mindset. What kind of mindset do we carry throughout the aspects of wellness? Are we in abundance? Are we in scarcity? Are we in fear? Or are we in average? And then you decide what you want to do with that. Anything else? IG Collective, it's more financial and vocational that we're focused on, right? How can we build purpose-driven businesses while aligning our energy so that we can attract the people we're meant to attract, so we can serve at our highest good. I feel like right here, right now, it's really emotional, what we're tapping into: emotional wellness, social, emotional, social, even intellectual, spiritual. Again, I don't know, man. I'm here to, I do know. I gotta stop saying I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying I don't know. And sometimes you're not gonna know, right? I don't know what the fuck's going on right now, guys. Again, we don't judge ourselves. I'm literally just, again, you take what resonates, see what doesn't. That's how this spiel goes. But I feel called to just continue to pour in. Let's see, what? Not that long, 105 minutes. Again, the entire thing is gonna be on YouTube, okay? I'm gonna watch this myself because this is really interesting. So let's go into angel number message 323. So you might be looking for community and or support. 555 change. Again, we work with everything here: tarot, numerology, science, chakras, yoga, you name it. They're all holistic, evidence-based tools. Okay, this right now, what is it going to do? It's going to give you ideas you could tap into that you can accept or reject. So let's see, what does this collective need to hear? Reflect, and it's in the reverse, so it's giving it's time to take some action. Like, let's stop reflecting. And also, are we reflecting? When we reflect too much, I literally heard this today somewhere. Like, stop reflecting so much. Like, be more focused on, yes, reflect, but get yourself back into the present moment. Because if you reflect for too long, you stay stuck in the past, and then you start to operate from the same energy of the past. So, and again, we're not judging ourselves, because again, I used to do this a lot. I used to live in the past. I was always in the past or the future, hardly ever in the present. In fact, only 20% of my consciousness stems from my present moment. And again, I've talked about this already, right? I have my own holistic healer, right? Every mentor needs a mentor. And if your mentor doesn't have a mentor, I would question your mentor. Because you don't know what you don't know, right? So I know as much as I know, so I teach what I know, but I also know I don't know everything, so I'm learning from people that know more than me. I don't know why I shared that, but 666 in the reverse, channeling your energy into unfulfilling activities, right? Earlier I literally talked about that. I felt like I was just like I was just like channeling a bunch of, like, I was just on fire. Feeling utterly disillusioned and powerless. Filling your time with fake friends and negativity. Hitting a dead end. Your affirmation, this is something that resonates with you as of right now, in this moment that you're hearing this. Remember, this is a timeless message. So whenever you receive it, if that resonates, your affirmation is, I am aligned, divine, and my life is right on time. The message says, lots of folks get a bit worried when they see this number, but it's actually a message of reflection. Your angels are asking you to take a step back, to hit the pause button. With a greater distance, examine your current circumstances. Are you heading in a direction that speaks your truth? Do your relationships lift you up? Does your job fulfill you? Or have you instead been putting your energy into things that simply don't work for you anymore? This is your sign to be honest with yourself and make the changes that speak to your higher self. Again, at the beginning of the call, that's what I said. I said, you're about to start a transformation. We're going to look at every aspect of our life. We're going to dissect where we are, where we want to be. We're going to create a goal, and I'm going to teach you how we're going to get there. That's literally what we're doing. This is literally what we're doing. All right, let's see, anything else? 427, authenticity. And the upright, manifested as, again, this is collective, please take a resonate, see what doesn't. Prioritizing authenticity and truth to spiritually level up. Align your actions with your values, tapping into your inner strength to overcome obstacles, banishing self-doubt and anxiety, which again, anxiety stems from thoughts of worry and doubt on a consistent basis, unconscious or consciously at this point. Your affirmation, if this is resonating with your soul: I love the person I have worked so hard to become. Everyone suffers from distress and insecurity from time to time. Luckily, your angels are well aware of the depth of your inner fortitude. This is a sign of hope and encouragement, especially if you're doubting your abilities. Stay true to yourself. Pay attention to your instincts and gut feelings. Your body will tell you when something isn't right for you. Be sure that what you do feeds your soul. Again, this is why I'm being guided to guide you through chakra and yoga to learn how to communicate with your body. When you're doing yoga, you're gaining self-awareness. Also, obviously, the mobility, all that physical extra stuff, right? Mobility, stability, endurance, all that. But you're being able to wake up your physical vessel, right? To feel, to be self-aware of what you're holding still energetically. So, all right, what's next? This is so interesting. I feel like because there's so many of you and it's going to resonate different with everyone. It's like you're all here. And again, I know you're through the phone, right? But you're all here as a collective. Like, I see a crowd in my third eye, right? Like, and you guys are all just here, like, waiting with the pen and paper. Like, what is she gonna say that's for me? That's what I want you to look at this as. You're going to accept and you're going to reject accordingly. If I say something, for example, if I'm talking about anxiety, I don't want you to accept anxiety if you're already in the point of your life where you don't feel anxiety or depression. But if you accept it and you start spiraling, am I anxious? Like, don't do that to yourself, okay? Again, this is why truth. What is your truth? And again, we're gonna talk about this, right? Like, again, there's you guys see this. It's a whole book. Like, I can only go through so much. Like, whatever. I'm trusting that whoever's here is here, and you're gonna hear what you need to hear. But again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I just, out of moral duty, have to let you know that, okay? 808, security. Again, root chakra, red. Right? 99, truth. So also, if these might be numbers you start to see in your physical reality, right? Your reticular activating system. Once something comes to your awareness, it cannot be undone. 808 for me, forever, always, now, moving forward. When I see this number on a license plate or random on the street or whatever, it reminds me I'm secure, because I'm like, oh, it's associated in my neural pathways already. This number is associated with security. So when I see 808, I think security. I think confirmation. I am secure. But again, you have free will to decide what numbers will mean to you. Because I do want to say, this is an angel number deck. What 999 means to me is not what 999 means to you. Maybe. So again, if you choose to accept that 999 is the end of a cycle, right? Like, or release, you need to ask your body, is this my truth? Your body already knows, by the way. That's why it'll feel like it calls you, right? Have you ever met someone and you're like, I got a weird feeling off that person? That's your body literally telling you, like, something about that person is not in alignment with where we're going or who we are, right? Or someone can give you a really good vibe. Like, oh my God, that person has a great vibe. Your body is letting you know, hey, we are in alignment. This person is trustworthy. This person is, I'm resonating. And again, it's never personal, but it always will be vibrational. And again, people are really good at pretending. People can pretend to be happy and confident and trustworthy. But if your energy gets a yucky, illy, what the hell? a yucky feeling, listen to that feeling. Because there's something about them that they're not. Energy does not lie. Let me tell you this, guys. Energy does not lie. And I can preach on this. Like, my intuition is really strong. I don't care what you show me or who you pretend to be, because my intuition is reading your intuition, like your field. And I know, I can smell your insecurity. I can smell your jealousy. I can have my eyes closed and I'll know, like, no thank you, we're not. Again, it's not personal, but it is vibrational. And by law, whatever you surround yourself with, either you influence or you become influenced. So be very aware. Alright. Did I already share? Okay, 808. Manifest it as keeping your mind focused on abundance, making small financial changes that add up to something big, reflecting on the path behind you and as you move forward. Cooperation and lucky encounters. Affirmation. My actions create constant abundance. Your message. Are you maintaining an abundance mindset? Now is the time to examine your finances. Financial stability is very possible. Confirmation burp. Also, I do the confirmation burps, the no-stitches. I don't know, there's specific ways I channel, so I'll just remind you guys if needed, or if I feel called. Financial stability is very possible. You may already be on that path. If not, check in on your money matters and see where you can make adjustments to create more solid foundation. Even small changes can lead to a stronger sense of safety and security. Embrace any chance encounters that crop up around you when you see this number. It may present a surprise opportunity for trust and partnership. That abundant future is attainable. Again, I am coming up with more courses that have to do with financial abundance, if that's something you feel called to stick around and when it launches. But again, right now I'm focusing on energetic sensors, emotional well-being. So I'm gonna listen. I know, I wanted to get ahead of myself too, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited to launch this course, but again, Spirit says I do, okay? 99, truth. Upright, manifested as finding your true path in life, connecting to your higher self, period of powerful growth and transformation, cycles coming full circle. Which again, if you're into numerology, you understand 9 represents ending of a cycle. Affirmation, I owe no explanation for doing what is best for me. Meaning we no longer give a fuck about other people and what or how they may perceive us. Message. This is a sign from the universe to pay attention. The forces you feel may be attempting to guide you to a better understanding of yourself and your purpose. It often turns up during periods of intense personal development and growth, especially when it's time to make a big life-changing decision. OMG. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? To make the best choice for you and your future, you need to tap into your spiritual side. What feeds your soul? Are you living truthfully? Let one chapter end and a new one begin. Anything else? And by the way, if you... I'm recording. What's up?
Oh, you're recording?
I'm live.
Could you take me to work tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm way too
Just let me know. Let me just finish this. Alright, so let's see. We have manifestation in 2020 bonds in the upright. All right, 2020 bonds. This is more giving social wellness. Manifested as forging stronger bonds, productivity and inspiration, feeling in tune with the higher power, positive connection. So as you can see with this one and this one, how that connects, right? When you feel in tune with a higher power, crown chakra, you're receiving, you're feeling connected to the spiritual. Because again, spiritual, intellectual, physical. That's how the three realms go. Affirmation for you: I always make exciting and meaningful connections. Things are looking up. You've been focused on building a strong foundation and it shows. You will be reaping all the wonderful rewards you absolutely deserve. Your connections and partnerships are leveling up, resulting in better productivity and deeper emotional connections. These bonds may be felt on a spiritual level. Celebrate your achievements. You can feel the spiritual realm before it's manifested physically. Okay, again, you're intuitive. You get this. You get this. Okay. 111 manifestation. Also, been seeing a lot of 1111. Expressed as pursuing your dreams with honesty and integrity. That's literally what we talked about today. We're going to actually be real with ourselves, right? Authenticity, throat chakra, and we're going to finally go for what we truly desire. Not because of anything, but the fact that that is what we want. Letting go of those limiting beliefs of why we would not be able to. Trusting that you are supported by a higher realm. Again, root chakra. I am supported by Earth, by God, by the universe, by my angels, by my spirit team, by the quantum. Whatever you want to rely on. Manifesting your desires by taking action. Everything you need is at your fingertips. Affirmation: I am a magnet for all my desires. I was literally thinking right now, I'm like, man, I'm not even recording to make reels, but it's okay. This is just how it was meant to be today, right now. All right, message. Incredible manifestation energy is on. That did not come out. Okay, it's giving, I think we're going to end this soon, guys. I'm already like, all right. I can feel my battery like. Incredible manifestations. Incredible manifestation energy is on tap. You already possess all the tools you need to follow your own path. This is a gentle reminder that you are not alone on that journey. The universe has your back. It's fully aware of your strength and is encouraging you to move forward, to take steps needed to actualize your goals. Break free of those limiting lies and self-doubts. And when it comes to self-doubts, limiting beliefs, which I talked about since the beginning of the call, there is a process you can do to bring them forward, to learn how to embrace them, right? Become self-aware, acknowledge them, let them go. And again, that's where affirmations come in. You're going to switch the energy to affirm something that you're working towards. When you do that enough times, it becomes a belief. And when it's a belief, it must be expressed. It'll become your new reality. When I say this, 1111. (2424) unconditional love. So these will be the last two. And then yeah, I don't know, let's see. 1111. Again, listening to your body, guys. So I'm gonna listen to my body. Once my body tells me like, all right, close out for today, we will close out for today. 1111, make a wish. Manifested as shifting to a, I cannot make this shit up, guys, oh my god. Shifting to an abundance mindset, intentional living. Call to action to make your wishes reality. Attracting surprising new opportunities. Manifesting your desires. Affirmation, I am in the middle of something miraculous. I told you, you are about to encounter a transformation of a lifetime. Like, butterflies might be significant, right? Like the butterfly, before it becomes a butterfly, it's in the cocoon. Before it's in the cocoon, it is a worm or caterpillar. All those stages are the same little being, right? I don't know right now if you are a caterpillar, you're the cocoon, or you're a butterfly, but you that's for you to see, okay? Opportunities are showing your direction. Doors are being flung wide open. The time is now. This is a call to vibrate at a higher frequency. If you've been feeling defeated or hopeless, your angels are urging to shift your perspective. Don't be too surprised if you experience some eye-opening epiphanies. Again, synchronicities. I talked about that earlier. Even the smallest changes can make enormous ripples into your future. Tune into abundance in both your mind and your actions. What I talk about, mind and body. Thank you, Spirit. This is just confirmation for all of us, right? Join the party. Whenever you see this number, make a wish, turn your entire being towards achieving that goal and watch the universe send you everything you need. So, last but not least, 2424, unconditional love. Manifested as feeling hurt or neglected, fear of disappointment, making yourself small, feeling less than, rushing into things blindly. What I talked about at the beginning of the call, right? Again, I talked about abuse, I talked about emotions. There's so much I talked about. I really can't. Right? But again, fear of failure, fear of being seen, fear. And also needing to ground, right? That's why we rush into things. We're not grounded in our decisions. All right, enough of that. Affirmation. I refuse to let fear of fail. Oh my goodness. I can't make this shit up. I refuse to let fear of failure, and it's not funny, okay? But it's just, again, I don't even expect half this stuff. I don't know what's coming when I do this, right? So it's just like, again, confirmation. Affirmation. I refuse to let fear of failure hold me back. If that resonates, again, you can watch the entire call on YouTube at Elevate with Brenda. Your message is, you've got this. Don't believe us, more like you don't believe in yourself. You need to tap into your confidence and really feel how fabulous and strong you are. You may be a bit anxious or worried about a particular problem right now. Just remember, you are practically overflowing with powerful potential. Accept the possibility of disappointment and just do it anyway. Now is the time to let yourself really shine. And that's giving solar plexus chakra. So, again, I don't know how everything was connected for you, how you received it on your end, what you needed to hear today, what you resonate with, angel numbers, tarot, yoga, energetics, infinite. Again, we have finances, number 7, reaching for the stars. Let's see, vibration, new paradigm, self-image, all of this, it's interconnected. And again, this guide has everything in a coherent manner so you can understand what I'm talking about. And you can start to study this for yourself. Okay, well, I'll do one more. I love this, as you guys can tell. We're actually going to tap into tarot now. And again, see what runs it, see what doesn't. This is just a tool. Again, some of you, though, need to hear this in multiple ways. So that's why I teach it. Star energy. You are a motherfucking star. You are the effing shit. You are star energy. All your dreams are coming true. Faith, hope, healing, unexpected help, opportunities. And then the 10 of Cups at the bottom. Everything you've planned for has worked out. Belonging, happiness, lasting success, home, feeling blessed, generosity, contentment, family. Again, sometimes you just need a little reminder, some encouragement. And this is when I say tarot is a beautiful tool. But again, be very careful of who you listen to and what they're saying. My advice would be if they start to go too into detail about what's happening with who and what they're dealing with, like you just want to respectfully like reject, right? No one should be so in your business that they know the person and the thing that they're doing and not doing, and like that's gonna bring confusion and just like, first of all, we should not be tapping into anyone's energy without consent, right? So again, if you feel called, you can stay. If you don't, leave. You have free will to say, I reject. I don't want people tapping into my shit. That's autonomy. Free will. But if you're still here and you consent, again, you take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And again, I'm always going to read in a way where I'm going to refer with something back of what my teachings, with thoughts, with emotions, with wellness. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Swords, and the Moon. Yeah, like right now, you're literally, the Moon is reflection, awareness, like something coming into the light. So again, like our limiting beliefs, what are they? Let's remove them so that we can put beliefs that are going to project us into the best version of ourselves. Right? Because what is a limiting belief? It's limiting you. Speak your mind to solve your problems. Yeah, all this chaos. Again, that's all I talked about in the beginning of the call. Chaos. It's changing. Things are changing. We're shifting. We're changing the way we're looking at things so the things we look at change. And literally, oh my goodness. 5, energy of unexpected conflict, movement, change, right? King of Pentacles in the reverse. I have no words. I have no effing words. But thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine. Whatever you believe in, whatever. Thank you. OMG. Is there anything else? That might be it. Hold up. Is there anything else? Looks like that's it from. Okay, I have one more deck. Oh my goodness. High Priestess, trust your own counsel first. What I say? Accept and reject accordingly. But again, you already motherfucking know. You're intuitive. You're tapped in. Tapped in, turned on. Like Abraham says. Esther, whatever you want. The bottom of the deck. Protect your inner light. Again, what are you accepting? What are you rejecting? Not just from me, from anyone. If you accept anything anyone says, you're buying into their energy. If someone believes it's hard and you are listening to them say it's hard, and you don't reject that it's hard, it's going to be hard for you. Be very aware of what you accept, what you reject. Again, we're going to talk about this more into detail soon. About energy and your conscious mind and everything that you accept, right? But learning to stay true to yourself on your success journey. It's key for you to get to wherever you want to be, right? Whether it's being, doing, having, or sharing. There's gonna be so many people that are gonna tell you what to do, how to do it, where to do it, da 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 da. And that's why the universe wants you to learn how to learn this information for yourself. Nobody knows better than you. Literally. Nobody knows but you and God. You and spirit. You and your higher self. You and you. Again, I shared how at one point I didn't believe in anything. I was like, me, it's me, I believe in me. So wherever you are on this journey, nobody will know better than you. So be careful of who you listen to. Clarify the hermit reverse. It's giving, again, just you know best, right? You learning to go within, to meditate, knowing when to go within and when to take action, when to seek counsel from yourself. So like reflecting versus when to take inspired action, the intuitive nudges, you listening to that, right? Because you have this inner knowing. But again, being honest and aligned is key. Be honest and aligned with yourself. Again, social wellness, collaborations, soul family, connections. You're attracting all of this. Just even you being here right now. This is like literally a community thing that we're doing. Because again, this journey is beautiful. But it's more beautiful when you do it with other people who have similar lifestyle, goals, beliefs. Not letting go. The death card in the reverse. So again, it's gonna take some ego deaths, right? And then I have the card, I have it on here, it says choosing what's in alignment with your truth. Not letting go. This is literally you versus you, right? So if you choose to not let go of what you currently hold on to vibrationally through your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, expectations, and your current results, you're not going to get different. I already said that, right? So the call is, what are you still holding on to that's taking the space of what you want? Honest leadership, intuitive knowing, spiritual truth. Because that's literally what's holding you back. It's just you still operating from that old energy. The moment you were to shift that and let go of that and be open to receiving this new thing, this new being, this new idea, emotion, habit, action. Again, there's so many different ways I can talk about this, right? It would come in. It's about alignment. Working in unison is, and it's, again, it's really giving like the people that you're meant to do this with, and or the people that are going to just be aligned to you, your soul, your tribe. So I don't know. This is giving more like emotional, social wellness. But you're done being alone. You're done feeling lonely. Or like maybe self-pity. I don't know why that came to my mind. Flow of abundance. It's here. Again, that's what we're literally studying, right? Abundance. We're becoming, what's the first step? Becoming self-aware. Where am I currently? When you put the GPS on it, always ask, where are you? And then where do you want to go? And then it gives you the directions. Your spirit team, the universe, whatever, is literally asking you first, where are you? learning to just the wheel of fortune. Everything is changing. The moment you can be real with yourself and you take accountability over your own thought patterns, the moment you can say, I can see why I've been manifesting lack in this area because I have lack mindset. So now I know I can work on my mindset. We have the Emperor, which is conscious mindset. Conscious energy is thoughts, mental. Willpower. You can also, not really think it's talking about divine masculine, but it's your masculine energy. What has kept you in bondage? Again, these it's giving limiting beliefs. Like, that's what today's call was really about. Like, what belief do you currently hold that is limiting you to achieve what it is that you truly desire? Again, some of you are going to want to go onto YouTube and watch the replay. And it's low battery. Yeah, because you're using your imagination destructively. And it literally shifted, right? It says now breaking free. Ugh. Oh my god, this is it. Phoenix rising. Prosperous success. Like, this is literally, I don't know, when I started building this community, this was what resonated the most with my energy, right? I'm like, we are motherfucking Phoenix rising. Because no matter what happens, we will always, always, always rise. We will always, always, always take our pain and create something beautiful out of it. Ace of emotions, healing, unblocking creativity. Like, you are meant to heal and learn to truly love yourself, because that's where all healing begins, when you accept yourself for who you are, for who you've been, for everything you've experienced. Again, I did mention abuse, especially for all of that. That could be very harsh, and it could keep you in this energy of survival, but you owe it to yourself to gain your power back. And if you are currently in a situation where you are being either financially, emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever, know that you can end that as soon as you change your mindset. And I know it might not be clear how that itself is going to do it, but I promise you that your external world follows your internal world. And please take care of yourself and find help. You deserve better, if that's you, okay? Self-expression. Also, somebody, you need to share your story. And or accept all of yourself. Again, being honest and aligned. Recognizing you are the prize. Again, the spiritual knowing, spiritual truth, and I'm scratching here, so like third eye is more like here, but crown third eye, like for some of you too, this is where you're vibrating right now. You're conscious. But now you're being asked to feel. You're moving on to your body. Because you know, but you don't do. When you know and you don't do, there is a gap. You need to fuse your nervous system. You need to upgrade your nervous system. Opening your heart to heal and process. And because you have the ability to handle uncertainty, need to get out of your comfort zone. Oof, we talked about all this in the beginning of the call, yo. I could not make this shit up. And again, tower moment. Shifts. You're going through shifts. It's for some of you, if you stay too long in your comfort zone, the universe will force you to get out. But again, we have Two of Cups, lasting relationships, collaborations, wish fulfillment at the bottom of the deck. Again, Star energy. This came out in the other deck. But right now it's in the reverse. You've given your power away. Marriage, community, and love. For some of you, love. Social wellness. Oh my god, they keep fucking... You see how they like keep jumping like fish, bro? What else? Mastery. I mean, this puts a nice way to summarize what we've been talking about today, right? You're learning to master yourself. There's 8 aspects of wellness. When you can master your internal world, when you master your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your expectations, your results must follow. And this is in every single aspect of your wellness. There are 8 aspects. When you can master your thoughts, emotions, actions, expectations, and results for each and every single aspect, you have mastered yourself. When you've mastered yourself, you've mastered your life. And this is something that's never done. You are always becoming, you are always growing and expanding and experiencing contrast, right? Because contrast is part of the equation for you to expand. For expansion, there's contraction before the expansion. So for all my tower moment people, you're contracting to expand. But you need to learn how to flow with this contraction and expansion phase. The ups and the downs, the rhythm. But again, everything stems down to you mastering yourself. And finally getting out of this lack mindset. In whatever aspect they may be. Because again, there's 8 aspects. And that's what I teach. Energy alignment, holistic abundance. Right? So that you can choose better. Because remember, you may know better, but it doesn't mean you're going to do better. Choose a better path that's going to bring you into 10 of materials. Prosperous community, into your harvest season, creating a legacy, material success, financial, everything holistic. And that starts when you start to change the way you look at things. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Financial security, believing in yourself, your willpower. You have to speak your truths. Let go of whatever you feel bound to. 12 Cups. Wish fulfillment. And some, it might be in love, and some, again, 8 aspects of wellness. Take it as a resonance. Finding clarity, new truths. This whole call, this whole experience, if you watch it back on my YouTube, you will not come out the same person. You will have some type of awareness, shift, epiphany, realization. Again, bring your notebook and your pen, guys. Get your journal, get your guide, get your course. Whatever it is that you've been attracted to here for, it's never going to be the same. Again, clarity, new paradigm, nurturing connections. You need to step into your own power. That's what's going to put you in this vibration of being in purpose and taking inspired action that's in alignment with your highest good in a way that it feels good to you and you're not fucking struggling and working and resisting and grinding. You're allowing. That's the difference between chasing and attracting. When you chase, whatever you chase, it runs. When you attract, all you have to do is be. And like a magnet boom, 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 boom. Everything, everyone, every single thing I want to cry right now. Every single thing required to get to your goal is going to come to you because you're simply focusing on aligning, 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 becoming more and more magnetic, becoming more and more powerful. Your field gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And the more stronger and the more you grow and the more magnetic you become, the faster and the quicker the things, the places, the circumstances, the money, whatever it is that you need to get to where you want to be, do, have, share, must by law be called to you. You gotta find your rhythm, that's it. Align and find your rhythm. Align and find your rhythm. Every season of your life is a different rhythm. How you operate and how you move in winter is not how you operate and how you move in summer. Every season has its reason, its intention, its everything is for a reason. So when you're in winter, right, when it's more slow, when you're like not seeing much progress, when you're doing more reflection, it's intentional for a reason. Every hardship, every challenge is an opportunity when looked at as that. But you will always get your justice. You will always get whatever it is you put out through your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your expectations. Sheesh. And that's all you're here to do. Master, find, discover, sustain, and expand on your rhythm for where you want and what season you're at. Again, I can't tell you. It's not for me to even know harder. Because everything is divine timing. You're going to inner security made manifest, right? Inner security made manifest into financial abundance mindset. And love and emotion and intuition. You gotta remain a student. You don't know what you don't know. So, thank you for being here today. It was a beautiful session. Finding harmony, right? Again, it's in the reverse right now. You will find peace when you start to finally speak your truth with confidence and own your power back. Whatever shape or form that may be. But if you don't know who you are, does that? Look, literally, being seen, recognition. You have to recognize your own worth. If you want people to see your worth, you have to see it for yourself first. If you want these new positive beginnings, you have to train yourself to look for the opportunity, to look for the positive new beginning, to think in a positive manner. And that is when the universe will give you the gifts, the rewards, the wish fulfillments, because you vibrate that. If you don't vibrate that, you can wish for something, but if you vibrate worry and doubt and fear, you energetically cannot sustain it, right? So what do you gotta do? Keep practicing, right? Manifesting. Manifesting is always happening. Get out of victim mindset. You know, and you have these energetic, you're a fucking high priestess. You fucking know. You know you're meant for more, prosperity, abundance. It's just you versus you. That's the whole game. That's what's gonna bring you into ending of cycles, completion, travel, vibrational attainment to your desires, prosperity, abundance, holistic prosperity and abundance in all aspects, because you can have it all. You really can. It's just, what is your abundant life looks like? What's gonna bring me joy and what's gonna bring you joy is different. Right? To each your own. You have free will to create whatever it is you want to create. And if I'm being honest, we don't create anything. We simply manifest it. We express it. Again, it's more like quantum physics stuff, and I'm not going to get into teaching mode right now. So, again, tomorrow, we'll tap into social wellness. I don't know what time I'm gonna go live, to be honest. I don't like to schedule my stuff. I like to do it when I feel inspired. But you can always check the rest of my platforms and follow, or just follow me. You know, get notifications for when I do go live. Bring your pen and your notebook, because it's about to get real. Alright guys, I love you. I'll see you guys. 155:15.